like to welcome everyone, and before we get started with the official program, we'd like to introduce the Berkley Color Guard for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise for recitation of the national anthem?
Detail. Oh. Postcode. Ready. Oh. Breathe out. Art.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Art. Please. Breathe out. Please. Or not.
Okay, thank you to Berkeley's finest. You may be seated. Welcome. Thank you for being with us today. The State of the Cities is an awesome opportunity to meet with the people leading growth and development in our area and to learn what's happening, how it will impact you, and how you can be involved. Before we get into that, I would also like to thank FARINA'S for a lunch today. It was very, very delicious. Some of you know me. I know most of you, but for those that don't, I'm Patrick Calhoun. I'm an architect and planner with Stantec. We're a proud Berkeley business, have been here for over a decade now. I recently stepped up to the role of president of the Berkeley Area Chamber of Commerce. It's been a bit hectic and very exciting so far. I'd love to tell you all about the new events, the excitement and the happenings at the Chamber, but I know Darlene's prepared to share that shortly. Looking around the room, I'm pleased to see some of our elected officials today, including State Senator Martin Ollenberg, State Representative Robert Whitberg, Mayor Phil O'Dwyer, and Mayor Bob Paul, who will both be hearing from later in the program. Berkeley Council members Jack Blanchard, Colleen Graveline, Eileen Stedman, Alan Kadekel, and Steve Baker. Berkeley Board of Education Secretary Ron Justice, Berkeley Board of Education Treasurer Roger Blake, Berkeley Board of Education Trustee Mitchell Moses, the Honorable Jamie Wittenberg from the 44th District Court, and we also have with us today former State Senator Bill Bullard Jr. Thank you all for joining us. I know this is a busy time for you, and we appreciate your time here with us. Now for the part I get to do, and it's the most fun, and yes, I'm reading from a script for those of you who don't know, so this is not normal for me. Insert joke here. Yeah. It is with great pleasure that I get to present the 2016 Best of the Berkley Area Awards. And I'm adding that because we are more than just the city of Berkeley when we look at the Chamber of Commerce. These awards are given to chamber members who exemplify leadership, have a passion for the Berkeley area and the chamber, and are committed to making our combined communities shine. Our first award, the Business of the Year, goes to the McCarthy team at Century 21 Town and Country in Huntington Woods. Since joining the chamber in 2014, Dan and Patty have supported chamber programs at every turn and volunteering at this year's Irish Fest and the Art Bash, and even lending their car and numerous dog biscuits for the 4th of July parade in Huntington Woods. They love lending a hand. They support the community. They support local sports teams through sponsorship, advertising, including Huntington Woods Men's Club Auction and the Berkeley Varsity Hockey Team, to name just a couple. But what they are most known for, and both my wife and I know them from their being in our neighborhood, are supporting causes related to animal rescue. Whether finding a dog its forever home or hosting fundraisers in their home, the McCarty team makes both their time and resources readily available. They even have bins on their property for neighbors to bring donations at any time. And when they close a sale, they donate 5% to an animal rescue of their customer's choice. Please help me put your paws together and congratulate the McCarthy team for all that they do. Welcome them.
Thank you. I'm more of an improv guy. I don't have a script. Supervisor Patty and I would like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts to whoever made this happen. We were very shocked to find this out. And when I saw the email, I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a prank, so we very much appreciate it. And they told us we only have a minute here, but unless there's a, what do you call that? When you trap door, you're going to be here a while, so get comfortable. Because I'm going to talk about a subject that's really important, and I'll make it fast, darling, wherever you are. Patty is amazing, and I'm very lucky to have her. She's different than any salesperson you'll ever meet. No ego, no pretense, just what you see is what you get. We love this community. She grew up in Huntington Woods. I grew up in Sterling Heights, and I like this way better than Sterling Heights. Thank you very much. It's an honor, Dan and Patty.
Thank you very much.
There we are, and I'd like to present the two of you with this award to hang up since you're realtors, in your car.
On the license plate.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Give it to the smart one.
Our next Best of Berkeley Award is for the Business Person of the Year. You may notice a trend with this award, as this will be the second year in a row that we've given this award to two people, and it's not because we're indecisive, it's because two people really were deserving of this award. This speaks to the high quality of business applicants we have amongst us. When someone is so deserving, our committee can't see making them wait. So, first, Katie Reiter of Our Greentopia. It's a store focused on earth-friendly, sustainable products. Through her shop, she has made many donations of gift certificates and merchandise to community organizations and to every chamber event. She has also done many fundraisers throughout the year, donating 10% of sales to charities ranging from Berkeley High School PTSA to environmental groups. Second is Carrie Vestrand of City Style, a boutique known for its shoes, the coolest purses ever, at least that's what my wife says, and Motor City fashion sense. Her passion for Berkeley is obvious within moments of talking to her. She too supports the schools and community organizations through gift certificates and auction items for fundraisers. She is known to donate to the Chamber Pub Crawl and Golf Outing, which supports the Tri-Community Coalition and the Holiday Lights Parade. Carrie has also run in-store fundraisers for Humble Designs and Safari Animal Rescue. Carrie has served on the Chamber Board for 6 years. Part of the reason we have two persons this year is because how these two honorees collaborate to make things happen in our area. Both Katie and Carrie have been sponsors of the recent Robina Fest. They've also worked tirelessly to grow the Sip Into Ladies Night Out events that they've created. These events have brought more than 1,000 women yearly in one night to downtown Berkeley to visit more than 20 businesses and restaurants. They also have been active in the Ferry Doors of Berkeley Scavenger Hunt, and they are driving forces on the Berkeley Chamber Marketing Committee, coming up with new ways and new ideas to promote the Chamber and downtown Berkeley. In addition to driving business to our area, they have recently teamed up to raise money for the Turner family to help support them after Scott's traumatic brain injury. They donated 20% of their profits during this fundraiser. They both truly care. They care about the city, they care about the businesses, and they care about the people. Congratulations to both Katie and to Carrie, our Business Persons of the Year. And here to accept on behalf of herself and Katie is Carrie Vestrad.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for whoever made this happen for us. I'm a 20-year resident of Berkeley, and my store, City Style, is reaching its 10-year mark, which will be in February, which we're very proud of and glad to be here. In the last few years, I've seen a real change in Berkeley, an inspired change. A lot of new retail coming in, and we couldn't be happier for it. We don't want to be on an island by ourselves. What makes a good downtown are the businesses that move into it. And in the last few years, that's really been happening, and there's a lot of diversity in the type of businesses finally that are in Berkeley, and we're glad for that as well. And Katie, her business is about 3 years old now. She's been my real inspiration lately. She's just a very inspired person, and I'm so glad to be able to work with her so easily and start new things like Ladies' Night Out and any fundraisers that we get involved with. So we're very proud and glad to do it, and thank you, everyone.
There you go.
Thank you.
Hold on. Well, congratulations to the best of Berkeley. You do make us all proud to be part of the Chamber and part of this community. Before we start with the state of our cities, I'd like to acknowledge our past Best of Berkeley recipients, some of whom are here today. So for those of you, please stand and be recognized. You know there's longevity and excitement about a community when past award winners are still here to be recognized. And now for the state of the cities. Our first address comes from the Executive Director of the Berkeley Area Chamber of Commerce, Darlene Rothman.
Lower the mic. Thanks, Patrick. And I teased Reed that it's 17 pages, single space line speech, but no, I'm just kidding.
9 font.
9 font. Can't read that with my eyes. Thank you for joining us for the 16th annual State of the Cities Award event. We're happy to bring so many people together who make this community so special. With all your dedication, our residents are happy to live here. Many more are choosing to call it home. They feel safe, they enjoy the location, appreciate the Berkeley and Huntington Woods services and events, are drawn to the excellent Berkeley Public Schools, and are thrilled to have businesses so close by that they seek on a day-to-day basis. Our chamber members have chosen to be here for the same reasons. They have found that their clients and customers are very loyal. The chamber does whatever we can to help them to be successful. The sense of community envelops everyone. Many residents know about the businesses in the community, but one of the roles of the chamber is to enlighten more people. Over the past few years, we've introduced the Chamber Map Directory, the Every Door postcards, Berkley Bucks, and Bash Cash. These are wonderful marketing tools that give our businesses more visibility. There are several events that we host, partner, and promote to bring people and excitement to the area. Art Bash, Pub Crawl, the Metro Sold Golf Outing, County Oakland Irish Fest, Ferry Doors of Berkley, and Cruise Fest. We support Berkley DDA events by promoting Ladies' Night Out and the Hometown Holidays. This past year was the second year we organized and distributed new resident packets to all new Huntington Woods and Berkley residents. In fact, we are almost run out. We're having to make more, which is a good thing. We've heard very positive comments about the packets, and the new residents are thrilled to learn what businesses and services are in the area. The Berkley Area Chamber helped advise and support the first annual County Oakland Irish Fest, which was very successful. The Ferry Doors were also a big hit and will be highlighted throughout the year, with a few scavenger hunts to discover new doors and to see the existing ones redecorated. The Chamber also enjoys supporting local events. A portion of our golf outing this year was given to the Berkley Holiday Lights Parade and Tri-Community Coalition. We also contribute to the Berkley DDA Hometown Holiday event, the Huntington Woods Men's Club Auction, and the Berkley Education Foundation. Moving forward, we have new events that will embrace our community. We're always thrilled to have fantastic partners to team up with. In February, we'll be partnering with the Berkeley Public Schools and local businesses to bring student artwork into the community. It's called Art from the Heart. Student art will be displayed in several locations, several local businesses, with incentives for families to view the art and wander through the businesses. It will be like a progressive art show. We're also partnering with DECA students at Berkeley High in creating real-life opportunities for the marketing students to be involved with that will also support chamber members. The Cruise Fest shirts continue to be another great partnership, as a Berkeley High student each year wins a contest for designing the shirt. In July, we're partnering with Berkeley Parks and Rec, the Berkeley Public Library, corporate sponsors, and local businesses to create an additional signature event called Berkeley Street Art Fest. This will be another draw to the community for a family-friendly event. We'll have chalk art, painted murals and panels, and kid art zones throughout the downtown Berkeley. We're also partnering with Matt Baumgarten, Berkeley City Manager, for an event early next year, which all local businesses will be invited to attend. The success of our communities is nothing that we take for granted. Many communities have similar opportunities, but what makes us unique is how we all work together to make things better each year. All of us here have dedicated ourselves to raising the bar, and will continue to strive for more to exceed our goals. Our board members are a cross-section of local businesses and organizations, and many also live in the community. Not only do they want to see their businesses thrive, they want to see their hometowns thrive. If I can just have all of the board members just stand up quickly, and Roseanne Nicolai, who's our event and operations manager. So, thank you. I want to thank everyone for supporting the Berkeley Area Chamber and we appreciate all your partnerships. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Darlene. I don't want to make Roseanne nervous, but I'm going off to script. Before I introduce our next speaker, I just wanted to make a comment as the president, as the interim president of the Berkeley Area Chamber of Commerce. What I've noticed in my time on the chamber, and what I think makes this really, really work, is the heartfelt interest in the success of all of us, that people are communicating with each other, that ideas are thriving, that new ideas and new approaches are being brought up, and people are working together to make all these communities successful. It can't just be the chamber, and it can't just be the board, and what I've been delighted to see is that it isn't just the chamber and it isn't just the board, that we have volunteers, we have members, we have the community is really, really working together. I've lived in this area now for over 12 years, and the last several have been amazingly exciting to watch. So I would like personally to say, as a not yet long-term resident, everyone here makes this an amazing place to live, to work, and to have my kids go to school. So thank you to everyone. Now, I'd like to introduce Alan Simonian, who is the chairperson of the Town Development Authority. Come on up.
Thank you very much. I first want to talk a little bit about the members of the DDA, because the DDA is the opportunity for the taxpayers who don't live in the city necessarily to be representatives and get represented to the city. And we have 12 DDA members representing our community, businesses, and residents. Alanda Knox from the Me to You boutique, Bridget Dean from Have You Any Wool, Diane Farrington from Twice Around Antiques, Karen Korber, the owner of FARINA'S that we're in right now, Kathy Abrahamian, Alice's Alterations, as well as Margie Simmons, who just stepped down from Stantec, and Keith Logston, a resident who just stepped down, Ross Gavin, a resident, Rob Inesco from Fifth Third Bank, Mateo Pasalequa, a resident, and Larry Gallagher, representative from the Berkeley Public Schools. So we've had an extraordinary, strong board in the past few years. And at this point, the challenge is to replace a couple of the people that have stepped down because of other obligations. And so I put that out to you to reach out to me if you know of someone in the DDA district that might potentially be willing to participate in moving the DDA progress as we've known it. I wanted to address specifically what we've done this year and in the past, based on past achievements and what we've approved upon, as well as some of the challenges that we are now facing going forward. The flowers have continued to progress thanks to our work with Public Works, Derek Schuler. He's been very helpful, and we have continued to improve as far as the number of colors. We had a pilot to see how some of these new flowers that we're considering would grow on 12 Mile, and we will continue to expand the flowers, the colors, the amount of them in the downtown district. Maintenance continues to improve as far as maintaining the flower beds. In addition, the holiday lights, which we have put up, continue to expand each year and to grow on that. So those are things that have been successful in the past that we have continued to grow and improve as time goes on. We now are at a place where we've paid down our debt and we have more money in the budget to do some of the things that we've been wanting to do for a number of years. And that's taking two different directions right now. One is to increase what we would call pedestrianization of the city. History has shown in other towns that the more you are able to pedestrianize an area, the more business does well as the city becomes more vibrant and grows. And that will bring me to a topic that, quite frankly, I have to be honest with you, because sometimes we have things that don't necessarily go perfectly correct. I have often thought there are two kinds of experiences in life: those that we enjoy and those that we learn from. And we have done something with a pilot program of closing Robina to see what works and what doesn't. And I would say the results have been, to be honest, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So the good news is we are getting huge amounts of feedback on what is working and more likely what won't work in doing a street closure. We have learned what might work going forward in a temporary or permanent street closure, and what we might not be able to do. The bad is that it wasn't exactly the timing that the DDA set forth to do. That wasn't what we had decided. There were some miscommunications with the city, to be perfectly honest, and it wasn't planned out to the level that we would have liked to have planned out. And there was not enough activity, not enough signage that would have met the requirements that the DDA board was set out to do. So that's the good and the bad. And the ugly is, well, you know, if you take a look, it's not exactly the way we'd like it to look. So I will say this, you know, it's a temporary closure, and we are going to assess the situation. We're going to take the learnings from this and move forward, and then we will determine what we can do going forward. I do welcome any comments that you have, and we will make sure that everybody is heard, and to make sure that it is the best thing for the city going forward. The other piece of our progress that we are looking to do is to hire a DDA manager full-time. And this is to attract new businesses and to grow the downtown and to be focused on just that full-time. The DDA board is a board of all people that are volunteers, that have full-time jobs, and so they don't have the time and commitment to necessarily be doing things on a daily basis that would require that we would need to have the growth that we want to have in the city. So within the next few months, we'll be hiring a DDA manager, and we're going to be actually recruiting businesses to come to Berkley as a piece of the growth for the district. So the combination of, you know, making the area more walkable in trying different things. Clearly, more events in Berkley does do well. When we have the Art Bash that the Chamber does, as well as the Irish Festival, I'd like to see even more festivals that would bring more shoppers, more diners, more people that want to spend time in downtown Berkley. And that, combined with hiring a DDA manager that will focus on attracting new businesses, is going to be only good for the city, and it's going to bring more growth to the city. I just want to thank you again for having the opportunity to serve as your DDA chair. I have thoroughly enjoyed being part of this community, and will do everything I can to support it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alan. Now I would like to introduce my favorite public school superintendent. My son made me say that. Dennis McDavid from Berkley Public Schools.
Thank you. Pat didn't tell you I'm the only superintendent he knows, so I'm also his least favorite. But thank you to the Chamber for this opportunity. I want to thank President Calhoun, Executive Director Rothman. The Chamber and Pat and Darlene have been great friends and partners to the school district, and we really appreciate that. We also want to thank our communities, Berkley and Huntington Woods. It'd be tough to imagine getting better support from any community, and we count on that as a school district. One of the things that makes us unique, we believe, is the amount of support we get from our communities, so we really appreciate that. I also want to welcome and acknowledge the great support acknowledge the great support we've already gotten from Matt Baumgardner, who's the new Berkeley City manager. Matt and I have met several times, and I really appreciate Matt's fresh approach, and I know he's going to be successful here. I also know that Mayor Paul is relatively new to his position, but he's not new to supporting our schools, and we look for that to continue. So congratulations to both of you. I also want to add our schools congratulations to the McCarty team at Century 21, to Carrie Vestrand and to Katie Ryder on your honors here today. They're well deserved, and the school district adds our congratulations to you. So I'd like to give you a brief update about our schools, and then I've got about a 3-minute video I want to have you all watch, and it's the video, just so you know, it's got words on it, so you're going to have to work to read those, and they move pretty fast, so I just want to give you a heads up on that. So first, as far as the state of the schools, I can tell you that unequivocally the state of our schools is great and continues to get better. Let me give you some data. First, on our facilities, we've invested roughly $23 million this summer in Angel, Pattengill, Norup, and Berkeley High School. This coming summer, we'll complete the work at Berkeley High School, and we'll start and complete the work at Anderson, Rogers, and Burton. Those facilities with the new technology, new boilers, new air conditioning, and on, are starting to match the quality of our academic programs. Our community supported and paid for this investment, and we're very pleased that the people who've had an opportunity to visit the schools and be in the buildings love what has gone on and love the work that's been done. So we appreciate the support on that. We're also very proud that in that total bond of about $59 million that we partnered with 2 Berkeley businesses who are really 2 of our 3 major partners, Stantec and Strategic Energy Solutions. So reinvesting in the community makes sense, and we're really pleased that we were able to do that, and we're really pleased that they've delivered on what they promised. So turning quickly to academics, we continue to be the envy of districts across the county and the state. We this year offer 24 advanced placement classes. Those are college-level classes at Berkeley High School. Plus, we offer classes beyond AP, like Calculus 3, which we're the only high school in the state that offers that, our Syracuse University freshman writing class, and others. Over 60% of the seniors who will graduate this year will graduate with at least 1 college-level class. Nationally, only 12% of seniors graduate with an AP class. So we're at 60%, nationally 12%. It's really fantastic. We also track the numbers of students attending our vocational ed programs because we think those are very important programs. And about 15% of our juniors and seniors will attend those programs at Oakland Schools Technical Campus, and they will get certificates in things like auto mechanics, woodworking, software applications, and more. So that's a great program. But as great as the high school is, the great academics don't start there. Our kids are challenged at every level. And our standard curriculum across the district is as strong as it gets, and our kids are excelling in it. And when they surpass it, we are able to give them other challenges. For example, roughly 50% of our middle school students, let me back up, roughly 50% of our 8th graders are taking at least 1 high school class. So we're accelerating kids as they show they're ready for another challenge. We're happy to move them, and that helps them in their lives and in their futures. We're one of the few districts that does that and looks hard at ways to do that to help all of our kids. So we're setting the standard in academic offerings for our kids at every level. In terms of arts and athletics, our students continue to flourish in the arts and athletics. As you may know, our football team made the playoffs again this year. They've got a playoff game tonight. I suggest you may want to go to that one. It's a tough one if you want to see them in the playoffs. Our girls and boys cross-country teams won their divisions, and we had over 80 students, runners on those teams, 80 runners for cross-country. And if you ran cross-country in high school, you know how tough that is and what a discipline that is. And I think it speaks highly to our kids and our coaches that our kids are interested in that. Our marching band this year has 130 members. Nearly 40% of our high school students and 55% of our middle school students will participate in some sport. 166 students participated in our drama programs last year. 30% of Berkeley high school students and over 60% of middle school students are involved in our music programs. These are phenomenal numbers, really fantastic numbers. We're the only district in the Metro Detroit area that offers all of our elementary schools Girls on the Run to help girls at that level, at the elementary level, gain confidence and athletic experience. Turning to our Berkley Education Foundation, it's also strong and getting better every year. Last year, the foundation paid for every 8th grader to attend 2 college campuses. So they paid for the kids to go to those campuses, to tour those campuses, and really what the point of that is for them to see themselves on that campus. And for a lot of kids, this is a life changer for them. And it's something our foundation did for the first time last year and will continue this year. The foundation continues to support our teachers with the mini grant program and a number of other things. They've also got plans for supporting more student enrichment across the district in the coming months, and we'll probably be making some announcements about that, but we're very pleased and excited about where that's going. The Berkley Education Foundation's annual fundraiser is called Off to the Races. It's on February 4th. I'll tell you, last year it sold out. We turned people away. We sold so many tickets. So it's February 4th, so when you see the tickets go on sale, please get them. In terms of working with the community, we're really proud of a lot of the things that our kids in our district does. Last year we had our first ever Berkley Schools Gives Back Day. We had over 100 staff members give their time on a Saturday morning to beautify and spruce up the parks and public spaces in our communities. This year we'll continue that, and on April 22nd will be our Berkley Schools Gives Back Day. As Darlene mentioned, on Friday, November 18th at 9 a.m., we'll host an extended chamber chat at Avery Center, so we encourage you to join that. Also, had to grab my prop. For our businesses who support us, we've created a community partner logo, and we'd be very proud if those of you who don't have that displayed in your businesses would do that. And we also have brochures. So a lot of what I'm saying, if you're interested in it, want to tell other people about it, we have brochures at the back table that you can take with you. Interestingly, I think it's interesting anyway, last year we looked at how many community partners we had, and we looked at all the businesses that support us, and we came up with a number of over 210 businesses and groups that enthusiastically support our kids. Everything from the Chamber to Bagger Dave's, from Youth Assistance to Atomic Dog, from the Huntington Woods Men's Club to Doggy in the Window to McCourt's Music, and on and on and on. And we really, really count on these businesses and groups to support us and our kids. So everything is going very, very well in the school district. Our facilities are starting to match the academics. We have overwhelming support of the community for our kids and for what goes on. We are excellent and becoming more excellent, and I'm not sure that's really a grammatically correct phrase, but that's where we are. We want to continue to look for ways to partner with our businesses in our cities, and we appreciate the great support. And you should know that wherever you go, sometimes you hear this mantra that public education is terrible, it's terrible everywhere you go. It's not true. It's not true in our district, and if you need any evidence of that, grab one of those brochures, give me a call, and if anyone says that, have them call me and I'll set them straight. With that, we'll go to the video. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you very much to Berkeley Public Schools. We are very lucky to live in a community where we can work with our schools to make Berkeley and the other communities a place we want to live. Now, I would like to welcome Huntington Wood Mayor Bob Paul to his first State of the Cities event. Bob.
Thank you, Patrick, and thanks to the Chamber for hosting us this afternoon. When I was asked to give the State of the City address for the City of Huntington Woods and was told that I needed to keep my remarks to about 100 minutes, I was a little worried. As most of you know, I'm now 50 weeks into my first term as mayor, and even though I've served on the commission for 19 years, I've been amazed at how much I've learned in my first year as mayor, and I had no idea how I was going to consolidate all that into an hour and a half remarks. But then I thought about it, and I remembered that my mentor and predecessor, Ron Gillum, who served as our mayor for the last 35 years, has been keeping you informed of the day-to-day activities in Huntington Woods for many years. So I stopped panicking and realized I just needed to sit down and look at the important things that had come to our agenda over the course of the last year and just let you know about a few of those. So I went through all my packets and started taking notes. And then I started to prepare my remarks for this afternoon. I started by rereading the invitation from the Chamber and saw that I had made a mistake. There was only 1 0 after that one, and I had to limit my remarks to 10 minutes. So I started panicking again. How was I going to consolidate all this information that I had just compiled into a 10-minute speech? But I figured, since earlier this year I spearheaded the revision of our commission meeting policies to include a 3-minute limit on commissioner and public comments, that surely I could hold my comments to 10 minutes. So here we go. The August 2014 rain event prompted an aggressive campaign to clean and televise all of our sewer lines. This project is almost complete. Preliminary reports on the first 2/3 of the city have been received, and we are looking at funding strategies in the very near future once we have the final report on the condition of the system and estimates for the work that needs to be done. The building we have all known as Sam's Market on 11 Mile for so many years has been sold to a resident. She will be using half the building for her own beauty salon and renting out the other half. Liz has some great plans for improving the property, and we feel it will be a nice improvement for the community and a good fit as well, and hopefully a couple more chamber members. The Huntington Woods Men's Club named Scotia Park as their annual auction project earlier this year and gifted us with $60,000 for the project. However, our renovations have been put on hold because the bids exceeded our original budget. But our rec department, along with the landscape architect, are making plan changes that won't have major impacts on the overall project, but together with some in-house work that can be done, additional fundraising, and exploring some grant opportunities, we are projecting to break ground next spring. The Senior Advisory Committee has been hard at work since we formed them in 2010. On September 28th, they hosted, in cooperation with our city planners, an Aging in Places visioning session, followed a few weeks later by an open house to recap the ideas expressed, as well as collect more input from residents. Much more discussion is on the horizon, including the promotion of universal designs as homes are renovated in Huntington Woods, and what possibilities residents are interested in for senior housing that won't have a major impact on the character of our neighborhood. The Senior Advisory Committee also has just recently launched HARP, which stands for Home Assistance Repair Program, which will pair volunteers with seniors that need minor home repair or maintenance. The City Commission is currently in the process of authorizing the sale of the last series of voter-approved bonds for road reconstruction so that we can continue our road and water main replacement program, addressing some of our aging infrastructure. Since I mentioned the City Commission, I would like to take a moment To recognize my fellow elected officials, Mayor Pro Tem Joe Rozelle, Commissioners Allison Iverson, Jeff Jenks, and Jules Olsman. They are dedicated and hardworking. They bring constructive and innovative ideas to the table, and it's been a pleasure to work with them over the last year. I also need to add that we're looking at some very attractive interest rates on our bond, and that's thanks to the fine work of our finance department, led by Tony Lehman, who annually have received CAFRA certification of our financial statements that help us maintain our AA+ bond rating and are making those interest rates possible. One of our residents, Terry Buckner, recently developed and donated a mobile app for the city. It's available for Apple and Android devices at your app store. This is another tool to keep residents informed about the city events and breaking news, as well as a means for residents to connect with city staff. This is in addition to the quarterly newsletter, our website, the weekly email news blasts, Facebook, Twitter, Nixle, Nextdoor, the dial-up alert program, and door-to-door contact. We're very concerned about communication and doing everything we can. We also recently adopted an emergency response plan that lays out the communication plan for the city and how it will notify residents during an emergency. During the last year, our city has been recognized by several news outlets, including last October, Business Insider ranked us in the top 50 best suburbs in America. Following the November election, Huntington Woods more than doubled our nearest competitor for voter turnout percentage. Some say this is because it was the first contested mayoral race in Huntington Woods in 35 years. But in any case, it's something that we are perennial leaders in Oakland County, and we're very proud of that statistic. Earlier this year, Smart Asset ranked us the 4th healthiest housing market in Michigan, and Zippia ranked us the 3rd happiest place to live in Michigan. And then in August, they ranked us as #1 for the most successful city in Michigan. These are all nice awards that speak volumes, not about me and my fellow elected officials, but about the involved and caring citizens of Huntington Woods and the phenomenal staff we have at the city, starting with our city manager, Amy Sullivan, to all our department heads at City Hall, Public Safety, Public Works, Recreation, and the library, right through every last employee in the city. These awards also reflect on the Berkley School District that we are proud to be members of, and to all our neighboring communities that make for a strong region. We are managing to do more with less, and therefore I can declare that the state of the city of Huntington Woods is extraordinary, and we look forward to continued improvements to keep us at the top of the rankings and continued cooperation with our neighboring communities to make positive impacts on the entire region. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Paul, for your update. And now our closing speaker, Mayor O'Dwyer from the City of Berkley.
Thank you, Patrick. I see down there we have a lot of employees of the City of Berkley. Please stand and be recognized, those employees of the city back there. Thank you. Distinguished guests, elected officials, and fellow citizens. In the great tradition of our democracy, we assemble once again to provide an account of our stewardship to the people who entrusted the leadership of our city into our hands. The Berkley Chamber of Commerce hosts us today for this presentation, and I thank them for all they do for our city. The City of Berkley is on a solid trajectory, and its budgets are balanced. Careful and transparent management of the taxpayers' money is a critical goal for City Council. The ultimate test of our financial management is reflected in our bond rating. It continues at a AA stable rating according to the Fitch Rating House of New York. I thank City Council and all our employees for that great achievement. While our books are balanced, it is often accomplished at the expense of deferred maintenance. This is the story for many cities in Michigan. As a member of the Board of Directors of the Mayor's Association of Michigan, I have developed a statewide perspective. According to the Michigan Municipal League, the state of Michigan revenues are up 29%, yet revenue shared by the state to local communities has declined 56%. Michigan is the only state in the Union to negatively fund cities. Since 2002, $7.5 billion has been diverted from municipalities and redirected to balance the state budget. In other words, they pass along their financial shortfall problem to local communities. Over $5 million has been diverted from the city of Berkeley in the last 10 years, averaging $550,000 per year. Our ability to create strong communities across this state is at risk, and we must begin to change the system to properly fund the services valued by the people, local services. We are on the front line on almost every issue our residents value: public safety, emergency services, local roads, water and sewer, parks and recreation, snow removal, and the list goes on. At the state level, we need a new way forward. The present path is unsustainable, and it is time to tell our state leaders and representatives that their system is destructive to the cities, villages, and townships of Michigan. Being ranked absolutely last among the 50 states should be enough to embarrass our Lansing leaders, but it seems they are immune to embarrassment. In September, Realtor.com reported that Berkeley's housing market is the 13th hottest in the United States. Let us celebrate that achievement while understanding that it results from 10 to 15 years worth of careful planning. 75 years ago, some Berkeley residents fought against building any new houses in the city because they argued this is a farming community. Time and tide will wait for no one. Change happens whether we like it or not. Our goal is to help shape change so that it respects the past while creating a brighter future for current and future residents. The challenge is to draw on the past and not be bound by it. Progress comes in incremental steps. 15 years ago or so, candidates for office in this city would be asked, "What are you going to do about the closed storefronts on Coolidge and 12 Mile? Do you have a plan to keep the city solvent?" Mayor Mooney and Mayor Stephan and their respective councils, in conjunction with city administration, put the city on a path that led to the many recognitions Berkeley has received in recent years. The present council has continued that careful management, positive planning, and wise spending decisions. Management of our finances remains a delicate balancing act. Our department directors have done a wonderful job with the limited dollars allocated to them. Earlier this year, our finance director retired, and we used the services of Plant Moran while a suitable replacement was found. I am pleased to announce today that Ms. Sabrina Lila has joined our team as Berkeley's new Director of Finance. You're welcome. Sabrina. Sabrina brings a wealth of experience from the city of Novi, from Plantamoran, and a variety of other prominent positions. Deferred maintenance can only continue for so long until the band-aids and binder twine no longer hold. We are well past that now with regard to many of our roads, our water system, and some of our buildings. 2 council ad hoc committees are considering what needs to be done to address these repairs and updates. It is likely that a combination of strategies will be proposed that might include a public-private partnership for buildings or a designated millage for road reconstruction. Coolidge Highway south of 12 Mile has traffic flow problems due to its varying width and abrupt shifts. Funds from Oakland County have helped with some of these repairs to improve the road and increase safety for motorists and pedestrians. There remains an overall discussion of managing traffic flow on Coolidge, and a cross-functional committee was appointed to make recommendations for council to consider. That committee is comprised of representatives of public safety, the DDA, Chamber of Commerce, the Planning Commission, and traffic experts. Councilman Jack Blanchard chairs that committee. We hired a new city manager this year, Mr. Matthew Baumgarten. He is now leading our management team. A native of Michigan, Matt completed his undergraduate education in Arkansas and his master's in public administration at Oakland University. While the Fighting Boll Weevils and the Golden Grizzlies are unfriendly images, Matt is an affable and competent gentleman who is compatible with the character of our city. We welcome him to our community. Meanwhile, we also extend thanks to Chief Rick Eshman, who served as interim manager for 7 months while the search committee worked to secure a replacement for Jane Bice-DeSesson. The city is fortunate to have a highly skilled team of department heads to take responsibility for the daily operation of the city. They work together and support each other while providing first-class services. You may not be aware, but being Director of Public Works or Public Safety, leading up Parks and Rec, the library, or being the city planner, these are not such easy tasks. But these folks make them look easy. This level of collaboration with each other that they exhibit is both impressive and effective. Investing in our city is the strongest vote of approval for Berkley. Since October 2015, 574 building permits were issued for roughly $15.6 million worth of construction and home improvement projects. 37 new detached single-family homes have been constructed in this calendar year so far. For the first time in 30 years, new townhouses are under construction in Berkley. But it is not just all about new homes and new construction projects. Our city is also a friend to the environment. For 26 years, Berkley has been the proud recipient of the Tree City Award for its annual planting program. And most recently, the city was awarded the Bronze Medal for Clean Energy Achievement for its policy of requiring developers to plant a tree when they build a new building. The Berkeley Public Library plays a vital role in the community. Some may think that technology has made libraries a thing of the past, but actually nothing could be further from the truth. Due to the ongoing demand, our library has added Saturdays and an additional evening to their hours of operation. Our Parks and Rec department is also experiencing increasing demand for services. A record number of young people attended the summer camp, while close to 1,000 residents and non-residents of all ages celebrated winter and the winter events during Winterfest. The combined efforts of Parks and Rec and the library attracted hundreds of children to story time in the park and Tale on the Trail. Updates for Oxford Park is also on the drawing board. Thanks to positive community engagement, we can look forward to implementing improvements and new features in that neighborhood park. That will be coming up in the near future. After 42 years of continuous operation, the city's treasured ice arena has experienced a serious equipment failure. Arena staff and professional contractors are diligently working to either resolve the problem or explore viable options. We regret the inconvenience this disruption causes to our high school hockey teams and others who use our ice. Response times for emergency services average about 3 minutes in the city of Berkley. Residents waiting for emergency first responders are fortunate to experience this very short response time when they call for police or fire or any other emergency. For our public safety officers, their philosophy is community policing. I am often filled with pride when I talk to residents and they tell me their experiences of our public safety officers going beyond the call of duty when someone is in need of assistance. It is a testimony to their commitment to the role of public servant. For the first time since the 1980s, the city is geared up for a sidewalk replacement project on 12 Mile west of Tyler. Surveys of the area have been completed, and we look forward to connecting with the business owners during the planning phase of this important initiative. The Department of Public Works has already notified the residents on Harvard from Woodward to Cass about the pending road reconstruction and water main replacement project scheduled to begin in the spring of 2017. The design phase of this project is already underway. I am pleased to announce that the city's LED streetlight conversion program that was initiated last year in conjunction with DTE is already resulting in an annual savings of $30,000. Our DPW team adds value by being proactive in maintaining roads and our water system. Of course, they are so appreciated this time of year with the leaf pickup program and the way they handle the snowfall that is likely to come continues to make Berkley the envy of local communities. It is a small but effective team, and we appreciate all they do for our city. Volunteers, employees, and elected officials have experienced both personal criticism and orchestrated media attention this year. Those who serve are always vulnerable to the agendas of those who don't. Some get disheartened and feel their sacrifice is unappreciated. Let me say today that the members of every board and commission are valued for their honest dedication to moving our city forward. That every employee of the city goes above and beyond the call of duty to serve the residents. That our elected officials tirelessly work to make Berkley what it has become. On behalf of grateful citizens, I extend a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of them. In May of this year, the city was the venue for a mini conference on assault weapons held by 5 members of our United States congressional delegation. It is unusual to have 5 sitting members of Congress in any city, and this underlines the increased significance of the role being played by the city of Berkeley. Another prominent visitor some weeks ago was New York Mayor Bill de Blasio, who made an inspiring presentation here at FARINA'S. For several years, the Junior Women's Club has held Robina Rhapsody. Several Thursday evenings across the summer, neighbors and friends enjoyed that event. Its ongoing success supported the idea of developing a permanent plaza at Robina and 12. Similar community plazas have been shown to revitalize downtowns. City administration, in conjunction with the DDA, the residents, the business owners, and the Michigan Municipal League, are working on a project to understand how this might be best accomplished. The corner of Robina, north and south, has been temporarily closed to vehicle traffic. The purpose of this closure is to examine how traffic patterns might be affected on adjoining streets if, in the future, Robina is closed to create a permanent plaza. We've gained valuable information from this experiment, but much more discussion is needed. In the meantime, we hope residents and visitors will take advantage of the programs already scheduled in this temporary community gathering space. The schedule is available on the city's website. Our signature events, Berkeley Days, the Art Bash, Cruise Fest, the Holiday Lights Parade, all were highly successful once again. But this year, a new event in Berkeley attracted about 7,000 people to our downtown, the County Oakland Irish Fest. For some reason, people seemed to think that I was a driving force in this event. And I must tell you that all the credit goes to the Oakland County Ancient Order of Hibernians and our own Chamber of Commerce. In September 2015, Money Market named Berkeley the 28th best place to live in America. And now in 2016, we have the 13th hottest housing market in America. A few months ago, Berkeley was ranked the 9th happiest city in the state, while we remain in the top 10 for safety. These achievements remind us of how other people see us and how much they want to be part of what we have. Despite the challenges ahead, let us celebrate how far we have come with the understanding that we can't rest on our laurels. We must continue the productive and visionary work that will be key to Berkeley's continued success. Berkeley would be very different today if the farming lobby had its way 75 years ago. And we must not shy away from today's opportunities to continue making progress. I am delighted, therefore, to report to the citizens of our city that Berkeley is thriving. Our finances are secure, our institutions are strong, and our leadership is focused. The people of our city are energized to move us forward. Thank you.
Thank you to Mayor O'Dwyer for that wonderful report on the state of the city of Berkeley. The Chamber of Commerce would like to thank all of you for taking time out of your day to participate in this event, and we look forward to seeing you and more here next year to celebrate even better in 2017. Thank you very much.